Hello. Should make this a little bit tighter. So give me a little. As you can see, I've wind down for the day. Nevertheless, I wanted to create this because this was on my mind. So, I figured, I have a little bit of time. Maybe a hot 15, maybe not. I always try to, get myself out there. Well, I have a few minutes to myself. So I was thinking today about I guess some things that I've experienced, and I think that it's important that I share. And everybody may not understand. That's why I said, someone takes a gifted, I don't want to say gifted mind, but I would just say a well-knowledge person to maybe understand what I'm about to say. Because if you're not really paying attention, it probably just gonna go over your head, or you're gonna think I'm dumb or I'm doing too much or whatever, and that's fine. But I'll say this. What I've come to realize is there's these simultaneous forms of existence. And just hear me out when I say what I say. In psychology, we learn that the world that you see, like the world around you, whether it's your personal life, the world around you is a reflection of your subconscious. Like, you create your own reality, basically. That's what they say. Like, your thoughts of your subconscious mind is all the things that, like, your inhibitions, all the things that you want to do, your all the things that are hidden within your mind. And I'm starting to believe, okay, so we have this within our subconscious mind. And so everybody is living out a reality based on their subconscious mind. You got 8 billion people living within their own reality, not including reality that stands in and of itself, of the world, of the free world, of the material world that we live in. That is a reality in and of itself, because our worlds are not necessarily parallel or identical to someone else's. So when I started to think about that, I was like, this is just one big ass maze. Like, this is insane. Like, this is why I'm starting to believe this is a simulation. Like, I really believe that shit, because like what I've seen with like the whole experimentation, like when we learned it, like, I don't be trying to toot my own horn. I just be trying to share what I know. But in psychology, we learned we had to go through this particular class about human experimentation. And if you go and look at some of the worst human experimentations, like the Stanford prison experience is the first thing that we talked about when we first entered into the program. And we talk about it a lot throughout. And basically, they created a scenario. And the Stanford, and this is all public information. You can go look up the Stanford prison experience. You can go look that up. And they traumatized the shit out of these kids. They basically created a situation where the police came to their house, they falsely arrested them and trapped them. But even though they signed up for some aspects, but there were certain things, I don't think they were paid properly. It has gone down as like one of the worst experimentations to ever happen, along with San Quentin. That broke my heart. San Quentin, California, that jail, what that doctor was doing to them prison people. Go look at that shit. People be thinking like I'm just no, baby. Go look at San Quentin, the Milgram experiment, where they was sitting there, had people, the electrodes tied to them, and every time they lied, they got shocked. And the person on the other side, no matter how many times they shocked them, it could be up to like 400 volts. Like they could kill this person. They still kept shocking people. So it's almost just like that movie. I think it's called The Experiment with Forrest Whitaker, where they put all these people in a jail. Like they all signed up. That's why I don't be fucking with the research studies and them clinical trials and shit. I don't don't care how much money they're paying. You're not getting my information. Yeah. After I learned what I learned about it, I don't play those reindeer games. And so this is what I'm saying. Like psychology is such a dangerous. It's a very dangerous game. And this is why I don't play with my mind. And when I start seeing people trying to like play with me, I immediately opt out because I know that you are trying to change my reality. And as soon as somebody has control of your reality and they become a main player in your game and they can control how you act and you respond, you've lost control of your reality. Which means you lost control of your mind. You're not in control. You don't have the controller anymore. Someone robbed you for it. So no, like I don't play those games. And so when I started to think about it from that standpoint, when you start getting into things like MK Ultra and social experimentation, where we are engineering things with things in communities, where we will take X amount of people in this community that look this way, and we'll do case studies unknowingly, blind studies on people, and they don't know that they're being studied. They don't know that all of these events have been simultaneously orchestrated, engineered in their life, through people that have enough power to make those things happen. Because trust and believe, people with enough money and enough resources, they know everybody, from transportation to the medical field, to education. Because I know that when I was going through a tech, like it was at the grocery store, it was at my school when I was trying to get my master's. Like I had teachers trying to fail me. Like the last class I took, she was trying her best to fail me so I could not get my master's. Like it was insane, the amount of power that people that have resources have, that will go out of their way to create illusions. But this is what I want people to understand. No matter the illusion that people create, reality still stands. And I think that's why I always lean more towards God more than anything else, because I know that with energy manipulation, with magic, with voodoo, with sorcery, all of that shit, you have to constantly keep doing tricks, flipping tricks, flipping tricks, flipping tricks, because it's not authentic. It is not the natural state of being. So if you have to constantly do something to make something stand, like a love spell, let's just talk like basic shit. You have to make somebody want to love you. Like, I don't know. Child. I don't know who came up with it. But it's sad. It's sad that hoes get so desperate to be fake love, because the thing about it with love spells, that shit can backfire so bad that motherfucker might want to kill you, man. This is what I'm saying. Like, you cannot play with people's psyche. This is why it's so fucking dangerous to play with MK Ultra. Because to me, like witchcraft and like the scientific aspect of mind control and shit is no different than people casting spells, chaos magic, all this shit to manipulate energy to get people to act and respond a certain way. It's the same. One is spiritual, one is scientific. They're one of the same, and they both, the goal is to control the mind. I keep telling people that like they're all the same. You think the government don't know high level magic? You think they ain't got sorcerers on their team? You think they ain't got people that remote view and can see what's like? Come on. No ma'am, no sir. Like, get it together. So understand that you have a reality that you create. when you based on your own thoughts, opinions, beliefs, concepts, values, morals, cultural backgrounds. All of that stuff creates your reality. It determines where you work, where you go, where you live, where you travel. All of those things, and that creates your world, the world that you see, how you perceive it, the experiences that you have. But also, just know that people around you are doing the same. And then on top of that, regardless, your world. This is why I said what I said about the Book of Revelations. Like when they talk about Armageddon, sometimes I don't think, because I think Earth gonna be here forever. I think Earth been here forever, and I think it's gonna be here forever. That's one thing that stood the test of time is Earth. Like no matter how many civilizations die, Earth is still here. The dinosaurs, the Nephilim, all these people, the Egyptians, the Romans, Earth still here, still kicking, alive and well. Earth just regenerate and keep on moving. Earth is forever. We the ones that perish and die and move on. And I say we the ones that ain't gonna be remembered because we done went through everything that's technology based. We done got rid of all the books. So nobody's gonna be able to find us. Nobody's gonna be able to look up your Instagram. That's why I don't get tied to the social media shit. Nobody gives a fuck. You got 1 million followers. Nobody's even gonna know who you are. We know who King Tut was. We know who Cleopatra was. We know who the people from back in the day. Because they left their mark. They left their greatness to where we can find it. We're not gonna be found. We're gonna be a dust, a distillery. Like what happened to America? What happened to Babylon? We don't know. It just perished. We don't even know. They ran out of money one day and they just died. I'm dead ass serious. So while you are living within your reality, know that there are people constantly trying to create illusions. Your reality, like for me, like I'm actively looking for work, looking to go back to work. Considering school, just a variety of things. I don't like to give out my business because hoes be trying to block me. Like right now, I got people playing in my inbox on my Indeed page where they're responding back to me like they're a job, but I've been able to dissect emails so good now where I know when people are lying. I know when the header's fake. I know when the signatures are fake. I know when it's a spam email. I know when people are trying to get me, like they'll send me text messages, say yes. When I know it's to get you to respond so they can take that text message and put it with something else and say you said something you didn't say. Just like when people call your phone and you say hello and they say, is this so-and-so and so-and-so, and you say blank, they're recording that. They're using that information to scam your information to basically make it seem like you agreed to something that you didn't. So I be on the scam shit tough because like I say, after getting my identity stolen, I have no choice. Like to me, you have to analyze everything. You can't just assume that people are going to do the right thing. You can't. That's just the way it is. So, like I said, people are just like you're living your reality and creating your reality. People are constantly creating illusions because in their mind, I guess, maybe some people can't bear their reality. Maybe the life that they created, let's call it a thing, because we all have choices. And your life is a reflection of your choices. Even going through hardship, all of that, we have to own our part in everything, and that's me included. So, though things may hurt and may be uncomfortable, we but once you own your part, don't be just as well. Give yourself grace, forgive yourself, and move on. But you definitely have to see where you participated in the bullshit, no matter how much it hurts. So understand that, like, yeah, you're creating your reality. You're getting up and going to work every day. You work out, you eat right, you do. That is the reality. You keep creating a healthy life. That is the reality that you're creating around you. And so hopefully in taking those actions, like Newton's law, for every action, there's a reaction. So you think based on, everything is math, people. So based on X, Y, Z, these variables, if you do this, then hopefully this is the result that we will get. everything is math. I want you to know that everything that we do is math. That's the trick. That you want the cheat code, it's math. Everything. So the sooner you understand that, the easier your life will be. I promise. So now that you understand that you are creating your own reality, you have to also know that there are people that cannot live within their own. And so either they want to hijack yours, they want to sabotage yours, or they want to completely take you out. Like they don't want you. They don't want you to be able to live their reality. So what do? They create illusions, aka lies, aka manipulation. How can this be done? On low level, it can just be through misinformation. I'm talking about simple shit. It don't even have to be like nothing nefarious. I'm talking about like simple shit, like just telling you something wrong. Misinformation, withholding information, not being honest. Like if they see you going down the wrong path or they see you doing something and either they just don't say nothing or they uphold you in your bullshit. Like something that they can totally see, like, hey, you are headed down the wrong path. And you really, instead of you being an enabler, that's what they do. They enable you. They enable you in your drama, your confusion, and your dysfunction. Because they want to maintain the illusion. Because as long as they benefit from those lies and that manipulation, then they're never going to tell you, like, hey, you need to change. You need to do better. I think you deserve more. Like, what are you doing? Why are you talking to that person? Why are you going over there? Why are you hanging with those people? They're never going to say that. They're never going to say that. So that's what I started to realize. Like, it's just like some of us actually live in reality where like we can look around and see like this is bullshit. Like where I stay now, like I look around and I see that there's a lot of, when I say I don't even think the veil is thin, I think the veil is gone. It's Neptune in retrograde. When they see that all the mask is coming off and any type of illusions that have been like, any type of form of escapism, anything that we do to try to get away from the truth or the lies that we tell ourselves or tell other people, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So with that being said, now that I know that as much as I'm creating my own reality, like getting up every day, working out, on the phone, looking for work, doing all the things that I know I'm supposed to be doing and the things that I know that are right, there are some people that are not happy about that. There are some people that they have never, they don't encourage you. They don't, I've just never seen so many bitter people. And so that's why, like, for me, I can't share my good news. I can't do what other people do. I can't share my joy with other people. I just can't. It has just come to where it's safer for me to just keep to myself. And if I have a win or something goes good, I don't care if it's just something small. I just keep it to myself. And I give thanks to God and I let it go. But I'll probably never do social media as far as like having a personal account, like the things that have been done to me socially, like that's the devil's playground. Like the games that people play with social media, stealing people's pictures and making up fake accounts, like this fake account shit. I think you should go to jail for this shit. I think that you should go to fucking jail if you are making up fake accounts of people. I don't give a damn if it's a fan page for a celebrity, bitch. You are lying. That's fraud. If you are making up fake accounts of people, pretending to be them, talking to people as them, this is why I say, like, I don't want no recent pictures of me online. I don't want none of that shit. Bitch, you don't get to be in my life. See, this is my reality. And I control what goes on, what happens here in my empire. And I'm not finna let you put your fucking illusions on me because you fucked up and you mentally ill and won't get the help that you need. Let's just call a thing because most of these people that engage in that type of shit, to me, people that engage in like witchcraft and shit like that, they're mentally ill. Like they're demented. They're more than likely low vibrational people that have been compromised by a demon. Like, let's call a thing, man. And that's the beautiful thing about understanding science and spirituality. I understand both. I understand it. Like, they're almost one of the same. It's just different terminology. One person says spirits, the other person says vibes. It's all the same. I promise you, like, the more I keep studying, like, religions and stuff like that, it's all the fucking same. I promise you. It's all, like, after being here, like I said, I think in the last video, after going through, like, biblical training, and we studied, like, Hinduism and Buddhism, I guess, Buddhism, Judaism. So being a Jew, being a Buddhist, being Hindu. Who else did we study? Muslims, Jehovah's Witnesses, the Mormons. We looked at all of that. And we looked at Christianity. And they're all the same. They all talk about having some sort of path. They all talk about having some sort of savior or in gaining enlightenment in some type of capacity. They're all the same. I promise you, they're all the same. And if they're not all the same, then they all have a correlation. Let's say that, which is a scientific term. When usually the variable has to have a correlation. There has to be some type of direct connection in order to have some sort of result. What is the correlation between the two variables? Because if it don't, the results are not going to really make sense. If there isn't a correlation, then like it's that's just a scientific aspect. So if that's over your head, it's over your head. What I'm saying is that when you have a squared plus b squared equals c squared, like I said, it's all math. So if you have a case study, and the result is anxiety, what is the correlation between the two symptoms? Is it the cause of anxiety or is it a symptom of anxiety? You gotta determine that. Like I said, it's all math. I'm just realizing like it's all like an optical illusion. It's all like a trick of lights. And shit crazy, man. It's crazy. And you can't really tell people because it's just like that. They're like, oh my God, look, she's lock her up. 5150. 5150, ho. 5150. I ain't scared, bitch. I've been by myself. I'm not afraid. Just give me, just make sure I got some music. I'm straight. Give me something to eat. And as long as I got some music, I'm all right. 5150 does not scare me at all. Even if I don't have them, I'm gonna be singing the whole time. But yeah, that's just my take on it. Just know that as you are creating and building your reality outside, because as I said, we have a conscious mind that we use in our walking life, but our walking life is really a reflection of our subconscious. The things that we do are a reflection of our subconscious mind, not our conscious mind. But people don't know that. Your reactions, your triggers, the things that you hold in your memory, all of that is a reflection of your subconscious. Your experiences, your cognitive functions. Yeah. The mind is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. But I just want people to be mindful of that. Like, as you are living your reality, know that there are people that are actively creating illusions. And it's usually people that cannot live in their own reality. Like I had this lady just sit here and lie to my face. That's another thing. I was thinking about it in the shower. Um, when I speak about reality, remember the movie with the butterfly effect? And it had Ashton Kutcher in it, and he was basically like, something happened to, I don't know if his girlfriend, I think it was his girlfriend, somebody that he loved. And he tried to go back in time to basically, he felt like if he went back in time and prevented whatever happened. I think they put like a bomb in a mailbox or something, and somebody died, if I'm not mistaken. But what he didn't realize was that even if he went back and changed what happened, that almost like time, like what the reality that he desired wasn't going to happen anyway. And so a lot of us want to feel, man, if I could just go back and fix it, if I could turn back the hands of time, we always think we could just go back and do something different, that our present life would be better in some aspects, but that's not necessarily the case. Like that's how like everything happens within its own time. I heard a lady say the other day that truth has its own timeline. So like for me, I've been praying for the truth to be revealed about a lot of terrible things that happened to me and my family. And I had to understand that it's not for me to expose really anybody as much as I want to, and I want to speak up, and I want to say, and I have, keep in mind, I have, and I guess I felt jaded because things weren't happening the way I wanted them to, but it's like God never misses a beat, man. Like when things come out, they're going to come all the way out, and it cannot be refuted. It cannot be denied. It cannot be covered up. You won't be able to get away with it. Like that's the type of truth. When God puts the truth out, it's going to be out, and there's nothing you're going to have to deal. It's judgment day. So you can say your truth and it falls on deaf ears and nobody does anything about it. But when God does it, it's going to be undeniable. And that's why you have to allow things to happen and just really trust in the process that He is faithful. He will carry you through and He will get it done. I'll give you an example. I was sitting here watching Being Mary Jane, and she walked up to the lady and she was just like, did you know me and your husband have been having an affair for the last 3 months? And the lady asked her, like, no. And she said, what would you like for me to do with that information? And that made me think, like, sometimes we always want to tell people the truth. You want to tell people the truth. Like, I just, I live in my truth and I'm going to tell people the truth. And it's just like, as much as you want to tell people the truth, like, what does it change? And sometimes you think people don't know the truth. I'm starting to believe like people know the truth and they just rather live a lie. People know what's going on. People know what happened to you. People know everything, and they will move on like they don't know. So it's less about you saying anything. And I've always been, I think it's more about you living in your own truth. Like you need to live in your truth and you need to be truth and honesty and transparency in the flesh. Be that person. But always trying to speak the truth and enlighten people is just at a space where, like, for me, if I'm not being paid to do it, like I'm not paid to speak or teach or something like that, I'm just not finna be out here dropping truth bombs on people no more. Because people, if number one, people know, people don't care, or people don't know how to process. They don't have the mental capacity to even think outside of their realm of learning. So you giving people truth, like even what I'm saying right now today about illusions and reality, like people like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like we all live the same reality. Like, girl, no we don't. No we don't. Because what's something that's terribly wrong for me may be A-okay with you. Like an example, like I see a lot of the girls here at this place and they speak so terribly to their children, and sometimes it just make me want to cry because I know their kids gonna be fucked up. The reason why I can say that because, as I say, I understand it in developmental psychology. We learned that the first 0 to 7 years of a child's life is the most fundamental, man. And if I'm seeing you shaking the shit out of your kid and jerking them by the arm and calling them motherfuckers, and it's I don't even feel like it's nothing that a child can do to even warrant you to speak to them like that. I understand they might be bad, but you haven't parented them properly. Even for me, like I didn't discipline my child enough, and I can even say that. I can own up to that. I didn't whoop my child like that. I wasn't that type of parent. I don't like to put my hands on people, so I always had the issue with whooping my kid. I did. Like I just cannot sit there and beat my kid with a belt or a switch. Like I could never do it. I can't hang my child up by the arm and shake them and jerk them and then wonder why they have learning disabilities or they're peeing on themselves and they of a certain age or they have sleep problems and they can't concentrate in school because you're traumatizing the fuck out of your kids. And you think it's just being black and it's normal, and it's not. But if you say that out loud, you're wrong, or you a coon, or you know, that's what I'm saying. People don't want to hear the truth. So that's why I just stopped talking, because that's all you're going to get from me. And I get why I don't want to be around people, because it's just like, if you're not going to be honest, then I don't think I can be your friend. I can't work for you if you're not a person that has integrity. If you don't live right, if you're not a truthful and honest person, I can't work for you. I can't be friends with you. I can't live around you. We can't be cool. Because to me, after what I've experienced and the hatred that I received from my family and people that I used to know, like, you can't let things slide anymore. You can't act like you didn't know. That's why, like, one of the ladies here that I was somewhat cool with, I just left her alone. I left her alone because I'm just like, nah, man, like, you shiesty. You shiesty as fuck. And I can tell. When you thrive off of people fighting and arguing, like, I will never forget when she took me to this place. And that's why I knew, I was like, I ain't never going to know with that lady again. But she was like, yeah, you want to go to this spot or whatever. They serve hot food. And they serve hot food, and you can buy with your food stamp card. I'm like, okay. So we went to the first place. They weren't open till 2:00. So then we went up to the next place, and these girls was just going at it, and she was just sitting there, and she relished in that shit. Like, she said, yeah, you know, usually when they get to fighting there, we usually sit in there, eat, and watch it all go down. I'm just like, girl, no. I don't sit around you because you don't know if somebody gonna pull out a pistol. You don't know what the fuck gonna happen. And it's kids and his people you don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's too many variables. It's too many unidentified variables. No, you know, in my science, man, this is not computing. This is not computing. Get me the fuck out of here. Let's get these wings and get them up out of here because I'm not trying to die today. The fuck is this? I'm straight. Like, I don't need to know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when you deal with people like that have, like, I mean, in my opinion, a low life mentality, like, you're like, and to this day, she's still mad at me. She's still mad because I don't want to be her fucking friend. Because I know you was trying to set me up. You want to get close to me. You want to be in everybody's business. You want to know everything that's going on because so you go back and be messy and talk shit with other people. That's what you want to do. You sit around and you talk to every single person, gather every single table, talk to everybody, friends with everybody, and then you go back to everybody else and spread everybody else's business around. I watch this shit. I watch people that table hop and they friends with everybody. And then they carry your business over here, then they carry your business over there, then they tell it, and then each time they tell your business, they tell a different story and they add something else onto it. And then when they don't have your business, they start telling lies. So that's why I said these are the illusions. While you're living your reality, you out here doing what you're supposed to do. You praising God, you taking care of yourself, you going to work, you out going to school, you doing all that you need to do. There are people that cannot live in their own reality. So this is the type of shit that they do. They create illusions, lies, confusion, manipulation, trauma, dysfunction. Illusions. None of the shit's real. Just like the internet. Most of the shit on the internet is negative, right? Lies, scandal, trauma, confusion, pain, loss. You gotta dig for the positive shit. People are even too scared to be positive because they won't get recognized on the internet. The positivity gets pushed down on the algorithm. Most of the people that are popping online right now is not because they did positive shit. Even if they represent positivity, more than likely they were connected to a scandal, or they challenged the system, or they did something that was daring or bold and it led to them being great. But a lot of people are not online because like positivity doesn't win. It doesn't sell. Why you think that Zeus Network is what it is? That shit is trash. I would never watch that shit. I stopped watching reality. I don't even watch TV, but I definitely don't watch reality TV. I'd be damned if I sit here and watch grown ass black people sit here and fight and argue and cuss and fuss. Like, I can't watch that kind of shit. I cannot. And so that's why I said, like, I'm accepting that people like the illusion. There are some people that may even be actively working in their reality and they know things are illusion and they go for it anyway. Like, they know it's a lie, but it's like, you know what? My reality sucks, so I might as well just believe the lie. I might as well just go along. Let me just lie to myself. Shit, I've been trying to manifest 369. Damn, you fine. I've been trying. So I might as well just go along with the illusion. Right? It's amazing. I'm telling you, it's amazing. But get out there, get in some books. Start looking up some of the shit I'm talking about. I don't have no lies to tell, but when you start looking at simulations, stuff like the video games, the Sims and shit, where they was at the house and they go to the street in the car and shit, what you think these grids are? And the drones, and how they can Google satellite over communities and they can see people where you going. Every time you put your information in Google Maps, and then they got your banking information, so they see every time you swipe your card. Now people got chips and shit. Now they trying to do shit with eyes where you don't have glasses no more. You just got a film. This shit is gonna turn into the Jetsons. They finna have our whole fucking psyche like on a hard drive somewhere. Like your whole, your DNA strands, your whole, and your motherboard up here. All aspects of the frontal lobe, the cognitive function, every aspect of your brain is probably gonna be on a hard drive somewhere. Everybody is gonna be turned into data before all that shit's over. Yeah, we already are. So, while we have the time, while you're still here, do what you want to do what's best. But I would suggest that you live in your truth. Be honest with yourself about who you are, what you need, what makes you happy, what doesn't make you happy. And live authentically as possible, man. Stop lying to yourself and stop lying to other people. Stop trying to take other people's shit. Stop coveting other people's reality and start creating your own, man. Because one thing's for certain, two things for sure, the illusions never last. The lies, like, I don't care how long it may go on, eventually you're going to get tired. People are going to start dying. You're going to run out of money. Because as I said, just like cosmic law, universal law, judicial law, karmic law, all of those things go into play. Whether you want to, you can deny it all you want. But eventually, what goes up must come down. For every action, there is a reaction. So if you're living a certain type of way, eventually you're going to have to pay for that shit. I don't care who you are. We're seeing people like multi-million billionaires in fucking jail. So please stop thinking that you're above reproach, man. Your money's not gonna be able to save you. Like I said, I just seen the fucking thing on YouTube. I've been saying this for months, since fucking the North Node was in Taurus and South Node was in Scorpio. When the nodes changed back then, I knew that the dollar, I'm like, this dollar about to die, man. And I said, the way these people is up here robbing Walmart and the Louis Vuitton store, bitch, if that when that dollar die, bitch, it's finna be a civil war in this motherfucker. You think Trump gonna stop this shit? No. Him and Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos and his new bitch, they about to be in their underground bunker suffocating to death because they gonna die too. like this. How you gonna live without the sun? You gonna have like an artificial hole or something? Like, how you gonna live without the sun? But you got a little hole for rainwater. How you gonna live without the sun? I guess that's you gonna make some artificial sun. That might be possible. You know, they mess with, they got the HARP thing. They mess with the weather and shit, so they might have something worked out. But I'm just saying, like, we are gonna have to get back to the natural state of being. Like, we're gonna have to get back to Mother Earth and get back to her and take care of her. And until you learn how to take care of her, she's gonna whoop your ass. She's gonna continue to whoop your ass. If I gotta wipe every last one of you motherfuckers out of here to let you know who's in charge. We in charge. I'm gonna let you know who's in charge. It is her. She you gotta surrender. So I want people to be in control of their minds and how they think and what they want. I want you to start reading more. I want you to start asking more questions. I want you to critically think. I want you to, even things that I say, please go research them. Ask questions. Have dialogue. Enlighten me. Just do it respectfully. I don't play that dumb shit. Because I don't mind learning something new and I don't mind being wrong. But I know that only things that I do speak about are things that I personally study or I've experienced. That's why I stay in my lane. I don't talk about anything else. Even though I might be interested in other stuff, I don't talk about it unless I've actually I'm like, there has to be a correlation. Even if I find it interesting, I probably still won't talk about it unless there is actual correlation. And I can have examples and say, oh, XYZ, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Yeah. So, with that being said, stay woke, man. The world is changing rapidly. Welcome to the age of Aquarius, and it's going to get faster and faster. We already in July. Half the year already gone. More than half the year already gone. So then people wonder, like, why you so anal? Why you always trying to? I'm like, girl, bitch, I'm already 40. Do you see how these years are just floating my bitch? I'm gonna blink and be fucking 65 with no social security, nowhere to stay, bitch. Do you not understand? Like, what's his name? Dion Costa. I only got 25 summers left. He said, when you start counting the summers, I'm 40. When they say you're a senior citizen is 65, right? I got 25 summers left. 25 good summers. It might be more than that, but let's just say 20. Let's just guesstimate 25 good summers left. You think I'm finna waste it? That's why I like living on the beach, because I be trying to extend that shit. I miss California sometimes so much. I'll never go back. But there are sometimes when I miss him some. Ooh, honey. Just being able to just catch the bus and go to the beach. I miss them days. We used to just sit off the ocean with a little joint. I'm about to give me some wine. And then my little charcuterie board. And a salad. and my music and my journal, bitch, I would be out there living it. Man, I don't need nobody. I be having my best life by myself. I don't care. I mean, I definitely want friends. I definitely desire a strong network and connection with people, but I'm telling you, I miss the beach. I'm not gonna lie to you. I miss the beach like a motherfucker. I'll never live in California though. Again, but I definitely would love to just travel to all the beaches of the world, honey. I am probably part mermaid. But that's another video. I guess that's it. That's all for now. I hope this information has been useful to you. I hope that you are having a great day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, peace.